Hey guys, what's going on? This is GJ O'Reilly, and today we're going to be talking about external recorders. Whether you've got an old camera like an FS700R, an FS5, or you've got a newer camera and you just can't edit the super compressed file formats like H.265, or you just want cheaper recorder media that's given to you by SSDs, or you want the better colors like 10-bit 422 instead of 420 8-bit. At this point, there are three companies who have made recorders in the last couple of years. Atomos still makes recorders, and they've made recorders, I believe, for the last 10-12 years. Ninja V is their current, and their Shogun 7. The 7-inch is typically what you'll need for the higher-end cinema cameras that output SDI or some flavor of SDI RAW, and the 5-inch are good for your mirrorless cameras and your hybrids. Blackmagic make 4 recorders at this point, 2 5 and 2 7-inch, kind of a low and a high end of each. At this point, they're not really worth it because they've got bad screens. They're actually not even integrated with Blackmagic cameras. They do have Blackmagic RAW instead of ProRes RAW. They're cheaply built, and they're just not very good, so most people don't buy them as a monitor recorder. Some people do buy them as a monitor only. And the final company that has made monitor recorders in the last couple of years is Convergent Design. Convergent Design has been around since the early 2000s. In 2012, they launched their Odyssey Q7, and then a couple years later, they followed it with their Q7 Plus. Now, these are the last 2 recorders that they made in the 7-inch form factor. They do SDI. They were the first company to get Sony's RAW external support, which at the time meant, instead of it being like $15,000 to get an external recorder combination for an FS700R, it came down to just, I believe, $8,000 to $10,000 roughly after power and stuff, which was a big deal. Only kind of general external recorder that also does Arri RAW. They did Canon RAW. Convergent Designs fell behind, and they didn't update or innovate in any way. And so they feel like there isn't a market left, and I think it's just they stopped updating their products, and so people stopped buying them. They were also incredibly expensive on their licensing, which doesn't help, often being thousands of dollars for their RAW license. On the other hand, Atomos will give you their ProRes RAW and all those licenses for free once you buy the recorder. Let's compare the 2 recorders that are left. On both Atomos and Blackmagic, you're going to get ProRes and DNx HR/HD. Now for Atomos, you're also going to get ProRes RAW, and you're going to get the ability to turn Sony's RAW output over SDI on their FS line and their FX line into a ProRes or ProRes RAW signal. Blackmagic has their Blackmagic RAW, which is a great codec. Unfortunately, they haven't worked with any other camera manufacturers to get their RAW video out working with Blackmagic RAW, and they haven't integrated with their own cameras. So I ended up buying an Atomos Shogun 7 for my FS700R. So over the last 6 or 7 years, Atomos has released 4 Shoguns: the original Shogun, the Shogun Flame, the Shogun Inferno, and then the Shogun 7. They're all 7-inch monitors though, which makes it a pain to figure out, and a lot of used listings which one you're actually getting. The differences between the original 2 are basically the same. They had a slight body change and I think a screen change. Between the Flame and the Inferno, the internals got upgraded, and so you ended up getting it, instead of 4K 30 or 2K 120, you got 4K 60 or 2K 240. Then between the Inferno and the 7, you ended up getting a better screen. So the Shogun 7 screen now is a 1500 nit continuous, 3000 nit peak. As for between the Shogun and the Ninja, they're not really in the same class. The Ninja is $600 plus $200 if you want the SDI module, versus Shogun is $1,700. SDI module on the Ninja V only allows a couple cameras RAW. If you're running a hybrid camera, go Ninja V. If you're running an older cinema camera, or you want things like proper SDI and multiple SDIs in and out and a little bit extra processing power, go Shogun 7. For those of you guys who have an Atomos recorder, or you're looking at it and you see the Master Kato use, and you're like, wow, 40 bucks for this giant plastic thing that is gonna hurt my SSD's performance and stuff, go check out Fresh Mist Design. He's over on Gerald Undone's Discord, Driven Films Discord. He makes custom drive sleds for all the Atomos products. And if you have a Ninja V, he's actually got a custom push-in plate. That means you don't even need to put a caddy on. You just slide the bare drive in. He also has rail supports. These are a pair of 15mm standard spacing. He has 19mm and 15mm studio. You got a bunch of these. So these are designed so that if you had a rail system, you could just put these on the bottom and you can set the camera down. So these are great. They're super strong. You 3D print them. And then the caddies are cool. They come in a bunch of different colors. As for why I have pink instead of one of his other colors, I knew he had gotten pink in, and I asked my girlfriend between the colors. I don't have any coupon code for him, and I don't get any kickback. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, like it. If you didn't, that other button seems to work okay. Get subscribed and hit that bell icon if you're not already. And I'll see you guys next time.